This morning, we heard from some wonderful grads, and they provided a wonderful picture of what homeschooling is like. I do need to provide a little bit of balance because homeschoolers are not perfect, although we as parents like to think they are. They're not perfect. As an example, this was supposed to be a two-person talk. I was supposed to be here with my son. However, as you can see, there's an empty chair. So, well, you know, there are, as much as we think homeschoolers are wonderful, they can be as irresponsible as anybody else. And so...
Hey, oh, Dad.
What?
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, you are here?
Yeah, I had to meet my friends there for coffee and...
Okay,
yeah.
well, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, my son Mark.
So what was it you wanted to talk about, Dad?
Well, now I did say this was a no laughing building. I wrote things down because I didn't want to forget, Mark. I'm over here. Oh, thanks, yeah, good. So, son, I wanted to talk to you because I'm worried, and your mother's worried too. The future, your future, is coming, and you don't seem to be preparing for it. Hold on, let me finish. You don't even seem to be thinking about it. You spend a lot of time with your friends, including your girlfriend, but that's not time well spent. You work, but you only work to make money to spend time with those friends, with that girlfriend, or, you know, on this iPhone, iPod, iPad. You're not saving anything, Mark. We hardly get to see you. When was the last time we talked? You stay up late, you sleep in all the time. You come to church, but I feel like I'm dragging you there. Where are you headed? What career do you want? Do you want to go to college, university, start a trade? I'm worried. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Wow. I sure didn't see that coming. Is there anything that you might be proud of me in lately?
Don't get me wrong, son. We're very proud of you. You have so much potential, but you seem to be wasting your time. You're not applying yourself like you could.
Well, Dad, it may seem like that, but Mom and you have always said that I should live life to the fullest. You know, like you've always been preaching to us that Jesus said, I came that they might have life and may have it abundantly. And I feel like I'm really living that life, including the sleep you mentioned.
Yes, but that abundance was not meant only for entertainment. It was meant for work and for learning as well.
But Dad, you've always encouraged your families and ours to have a delight-directed approach to learning. I plan on my life's work, whatever it ends up being, to be my passion and joy. Therefore, can't my delights, which you call entertainment, be work and learning as well?
Yes, son, but our world, unfortunately, requires more than just delights on our resumes. They want to see academic credentials as well. Yeah. Now, you can't just live in the moment. You do have to plan ahead. You know, where do you want to be in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now? Your mother and I have talked to you about time management. That includes planning. It's like the hockey player who parks himself in front of the net waiting for the rebound or the tip in. He's got to be in the right place at the right time. He's got to be ready.
You always use that analogy.
I like hockey.
And I'm going to use it right back to you. That player doesn't need to be in position until it's his shift, and then he's on the ice. I'm not on the ice yet, Dad, but I'm in the game, and I'm ready to hop the boards at any time. Just hang on, Dad. I'm getting a call here. Jay's calling. Okay, so he's calling about this weekend? Yeah. Oh, hi, Jay. Oh, that sounds like a blast. Yeah, quadding on the sand hills. Let me ask my dad if I could borrow his truck and trailer. Just give me a second.
Can you tell Jay you'll talk to him later? Please, can you get back to this? This is exactly what I'm talking about.
You probably heard that, Jay, didn't you? You know what? I'm sure Dad's cool with it. I'll get back to you soon. Bye.
Look, I know you want to have time with your friends. That's okay. But there is a big difference between fun and satisfaction. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And please don't look to your friends for guidance because, you know, I have to say that would be like the blind leading the blind. None of you have any more experience than anybody else in your group. You have to admit that. Now, it's okay to spend time with your friends, but I guess I would also say don't get too attached because you're going to probably make new friends when you get to college or university.
Well, that may be true, Dad, but you remember that study we read about humans, about them being healthy? They'd have to have about 20 acquaintances or friends. So I'm just trying to stay healthy. And besides, you've always said it's not what you know, but who you know.
I said that?
Well, I think so. So in the future, who knows? My friends might be the ones who contribute to my very success. And on top of that, I grew up with Jay. Him, Chad, and Ryan, they're my best friends. I don't think we would ever be strangers in the future, and you've said yourself that they have their heads screwed on right. And by the way, Dad, talking about my friends, do you think you could spot me $40? We're going to try that new climbing wall they just built in town here.
Okay, money.
Okay?
Wait, that doesn't mean I'm going to give you any. Hold on.
Dad, yeah.
You say you want to buy a pickup truck. That's one of the things you told me,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Now, money doesn't grow on trees. It doesn't grow on the internet or on your iPhone. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said you have to be planning ahead. How are you going to afford college or university? You've also talked about traveling. How are you going to afford that? Saving is planning. Now, if you're not saving, well, you're not making a plan for the future. And if you're not making a plan, then you could end up anywhere or nowhere.
Yeah, but you know, Dad, I've been looking for work, and I want to get a job. But I want the job that's related to my interests and my passions. And they're not hiring right now at Future Shop.
Who are you texting now?
Oh, it's Lorena. She wants me to go to that movie we've been waiting for on Thursday night. Do you think we could borrow Mom's car and maybe a bit of cash?
Is this a refrain? It's okay to have a girlfriend. It is. But I would ask you to please not get too serious. Not yet. Remember, you can't start a family until you have a way of supporting that family financially. And when you go out with Lorena, please make sure it's not just the two of you alone somewhere, that you're with a group. Because I remember being your age. I realize that was a very long time ago. However, I do remember, you can be tempted. Yes, I'm talking about sex. Okay? You have so much more to learn in life. Is it really time to get serious? Isn't it a little early to get so serious with a girl?
Well, what about you, Dad? You married your high school sweetheart.
True.
And look at Taylor. She got married to Trevor, who she met when we just moved here and she was 10 years old. You know, I'm thinking that there's a pattern in our family.
You have an answer for everything, don't you, son? Look, can you not be on that phone all the time, please? Look, I have an iPhone too. I'll prove it to you. Well, look. Even know how to turn it on. But it's a tool. It's not a toy. You're on that thing all the time. It's like you're married to that thing. And, you know, well, you are. You're always on it. Yeah, see? You got it. So, I'm worried it's becoming an addiction. Because technology can become an addiction, you know. It can. So as an example, do you still know how to spell? Like, what do all those acronyms mean? ROFL, PITR. Can we still have a conversation, you know, or can you only text people?
You know, Dad, it's code. It's code.
Those acronyms are code?
ROFL
Yeah.
means real old-fashioned losers. and PITR, well, that means pretend it totally rocks.
What does it really mean?
Oh, never mind. Dad, you know everybody uses technology today, except maybe you. It's the future, and that's where I'm going to be living. And I ain't getting left behind. Besides, who needs to know how to spell check? When to spell when there's spell check?
Of course. But wait a sec. You see, that's what I'm concerned about. Like, you're talking about the future. It's your future that worries me. And I don't think technology is the answer to everything.
It isn't.
See, old tech, paper,
Yeah.
new tech. You can't get lost with this, right? You just can't.
Help me, Paul. I don't know where I went. Thanks. All notes. Which one? Oh, I see.
Want to use my notes?
Oh. So you thought I was just texting, right? Okay, here we go. Yeah, we did that. Yeah. Okay, remember that? Oh, yeah. That was funny, actually. We got to laugh at that one.
See, this
That was
technology is
good.
only a
That was
good tool when it works, right? You know?
Boy, this is taking a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's like when my dad wanted me to turn down the stereo. What would my dad do? Go over and unplug it. Right? So that was his version of new tech versus old tech.
Okay. So where was I? I said something
You
about...
said about spell check, and then what I said was,
Oh, yeah, I screwed
it's
up
your
that one.
future that's the problem. I don't think technology can solve everything.
Let's get serious here, guys. Dad, I've been praying about this. And
Okay.
But you're right. It's not clear to me now what I want to do. When you told us kids about your college days, you said you bounced around, 3 or 4 faculties before you landed in teaching. Do you think maybe if you had spent more time getting more real world experience, that it might have been an easier go for you?
Possibly, but those days were different, son. Your grandparents believed you could only be successful if you went directly from high school to university. And I wasn't homeschooled. Now, maybe a season of preparation might have drastically changed me, but on the other hand, I might not have met your mother, or I might not have gotten married to her, because we were high school sweethearts, that's true, but we might not have gotten married, and that might mean you might not be here today. Sorry. Mark, you have a purpose in this life, a calling. Maybe it's not clear to you right now, I grant you that, but maybe if you turned off the gadgets and turned off the friends occasionally, you might hear the voice of God directing you to what's really important, giving you some direction. You have so many gifts. I want you to use them well. God has a plan for you, and I want you to be ready for that. I love you, son. You have what it takes to be successful at whatever you choose. But I want you to choose well. I want you to be clear. I want you to be ready to handle whatever comes in life. It's not going to be easy. I want you to be ready. Okay? Now, I'm getting a little tired, so I'm going to head to bed. So are you going to go to bed soon?
Not right now, Dad. I've got some research to do on the internet. They came out, that new Harley model they came out with? I was thinking of maybe doing some research into that.
Right. Okay. Well, I wish you wouldn't stay up so late. Your mother does complain when she can't get you up in the morning, right? I know we've talked about the idea that the early bird gets the worm, and you said, I don't want a worm. Okay, I get that. I understand. But you do need some self-discipline, you have to admit, to get to wherever you want to go in life. And I want to make sure you do get some sleep, because you seem so tired all the time, as if you're just dragging yourself around. I don't want you to get the reputation of being lazy.
Well, Dad, you don't have to worry about that. I'm young. And I'm sure you remember when you were young, You pull all-nighters. Yeah. And, I know I've been dragging myself around lately, but, I've had this flu, and I'm not feeling that great.
Well, but that's my point exactly. I don't want you to get sick. Are you coming to church with us on Sunday?
Well, yeah, I plan on it, though we might do an overnight at the Sandhills on the weekend.
Okay, all right. One more point, well, maybe two. This life is a gift from God. We all need to recognize that, and coming to church once a week is not too much to ask. You have some good friends there, too. They ask about you, right? Pastor asks about you. What should I tell them? Your mother and I raised you to look outside yourself, right? To see how you could be of service in the world. Don't forget that, all right? I'm worried about you spending too much time with your friends, girlfriend, that iPod, iPad, iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm worried that you're going to spend too much time on that and you'll forget what's really important, which is your family and your faith.
But Dad, I have a strong faith in God. I read my Bible regularly and I pray often. Sometimes I think church is overrated. Didn't Jesus spend most of his time with the people out there? And then when he did go into the synagogues, didn't he just reprimand the church leaders?
He did do that, that's true. However, during his life, Jesus was continually in ministry, ministry to others. So, I don't think that's the case with you right now. You're not in ministry to others, right? So, we need you to be in a community that will feed you spiritually. So, as an example, your mother and I would like to see you more. Can you make time to spend with us? Because we love you. We like sharing a meal all together. Can food be more than just eat and run with you? And, your brother and sister miss you too. We would like to plan some family activities, again, all together. I have to say, sometimes it really feels like you can't stand to be around the rest of us.
Well, that's not true, Dad. I suppose I have been busy with my own life and not spending enough time with you guys. Okay, Dad. I think sometimes I just have to obey you. After all, I love you. And I do like that commandment that promises that it'd be a good life and a long life if we honor our parents.
We need some security down here.
So thanks for the talk. I probably need it. Maybe we should do this more often. I think I'll just head off to bed now. The Harley can wait for tomorrow.
Okay, good. Sleep well.
Yeah, thanks. Dad, hey, I love you.
I love you too.
Didn't see that coming.
Sorry to the technical. I think I just hugged Mark's mic. I think that's what that was.
Sorry,
the sound of a happy moment.
As long as it wasn't a coronary.
That would be mine.
So we've got a couple of minutes, just if anybody's got a question that you'd like to throw out at this young man or this old man.
Or if you have some other things you want to add as well. I don't think that the talk that we prepared there, the dialogue that we prepared, was necessarily comprehensive. We did try to bring in a number of things that clearly are of concern to both the students and the parents here, but there may be something else that we didn't bring up, or if there's some line that either your parents have said to you and you want an answer back, Mark will provide. Or if you want a much wiser answer for the parents.
What can I say to that?
Ken will provide, yes. Exactly. Thank you. Thanks, Glenn. Is there anybody who...
Did that resonate with anyone?
What's that?
She says, were you in our house this week?
No, it was a few weeks ago, actually. And now you've moved on me, so I'm never going to be able to find you again.
Well, the beauty is, this was just the right amount of time. You know, as Gandalf says, I'm never late, I'm always just on time. So this talk was just right, and we're back on schedule. So thank you very much, Mark and Olds, Paul.